Geek Cross. Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with a very, very exciting comeback reaction. And we will be watching Very Very's new comeback, GBTB.
Go Beyond the Barrier. We watched the teasers, obviously, and we read in the comments that this is the finale for their Face series.
Oh, the description says Very Very Face It series 3rd episode album Face Us.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna be spooky then, I guess. Let's go! Was that the baby?
Was that the baby?
Oh. Is this in the actual song, or is it just for the music video effect? Because that's really interesting. I like that. Oh, that was a nice line.
Oh, I really like that.
It's turning like R&B, like. See, okay. It's so. Wait.
Sorry, I'm so quiet.
Oh. Oh, he has dark hair again. Oh. Oh.
Oh, the dance.
Oh. But it was so cool how they did that, and it matches up with his like really fast rap. Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah. Oh, they have like partner, like duet dance moment. Oh, this is so cool. Cause it's like, that's like a space station sort of thing, and
Beyond, yeah. That hair, Anna, that's the hair I was talking about.
Oh, this one? Okay, yeah. Peyton told me about it when she saw it in the teasers. We'll just leave it at that. Oh! What? Sorry.
Oh, that's such a cool,
Oh.
I like don't have words right now.
Oh. Oh. Wait, that was so cool. The way they did the rhythm for that. What?
Do you think the silence is that long in the actual song?
I don't know. Because it's not like...
I love that. They're like, it's almost like miming. It's like they're pushing against something.
For the silence, it's not like absurdly long, but it's like uncomfortable.
So we were just joking that we both liked it and are gonna have a lot to say because while we were taking notes, both of us put our hair up without realizing it.
We went into like intense study mode. It was like no distractions.
We were like just typing. Also, because as soon as we watched the music video the first time, usually we'll go like straight and we'll like talk for a second and then go straight into comments on our own. But we watched it and then we stopped recording and Anna goes, "Do you want to watch it again?" And we watched it again.
It was so good.
I really, really liked the music video, but I have so much to say about the dancing that was shown in the music video that I'm not going to talk a lot about like the aesthetics or the settings or the scenes, so I'm just going to generally put it out there. Loved the music video. On to the dancing. I'm gonna start with 2 more general comments. Their dancing felt so much more mature in this. I watched the live stage because they've done their showcase already, but even just in the music video, you can tell their dancing feels so much more mature. And we've seen all of their title tracks, and even from Thunder to now, it feels like their dancing took a really big step forward. I think the biggest indicator of that is I always talk about how they're very in sync and very together. It wasn't just that they were in sync this time, it was that they were playing so much more with the dynamics and with the contrast. And that's so much harder to do, especially as a group, and especially if you're gonna stay that synchronized. It was super appropriate for this dance too, because there's a lot of weight and force that they have to use in it. But for instance, in the final chorus, when Hoyoung is in the center and they're like dropping backwards, they're not just putting their arm down, it feels like something like pulls one shoulder down and they like hit all at the same time. And it was just like this wow moment. And so obviously they've been practicing really hard. I think it also probably has to do with that they're performing a lot more now, but like, second, more general comment, and it's related, was the way the barrier felt like a physical presence in the dance. And that was so impressive because, okay, so I don't know how many of you are familiar with miming, but it's a lot harder than it looks to make it feel like something is there when it's not, especially in a group dance, because you have to have agreed upon and very practiced limits to where your movements are going to go. Because if even one person hits a little bit too far forward in the chorus, for instance, then the illusion of the barrier is going to disappear. And the chorus is a great example of that. When they're doing the go beyond the barrier and they're like hitting it, you can really feel like something is there, and that was really impressive to me. Okay, now a couple of other things. One, like we mentioned in the reaction, the gunshot lining up to the really, really fast rap and also to the part in the music was really cool. But then when I went back and watched it closer and in the live stage, you can see it's not just that they're turning, the way that they're moving, they're kind of rocking back and forth as they do it, which is, I mean, like, I don't actually know this, but from what I understand, that's what happens if you shoot a gun. And I thought that was really cool. That was just such a good detail moment that I was like, oh! Also, Anna pointed this out before I even pointed it out, and I was like, but there are a lot of duet moments in this. But the one that stuck out to me the most, especially the second time I watched the music video, was in the bridge. When they're doing the duets, it's like a mirroring moment, but usually with mirroring moments, you're not touching, and it's kind of like a, oh, like, is something there? But this one, they were physically touching, and it was like they had become the barrier for the other person, and it was really cool. And then also right after that, they do the chain reaction where Yeonho is doing his high note in the bridge, and then they move down and there's the chain reaction all the way down and it's not even. And it just reminded me of in Stranger Things when the barrier to the other side or to the upside down is cracking. And I remembered how in some of the other Face music videos, people had said that it was kind of like a Stranger Things type setting, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. So my last comment, and the only comment I'm going to make about the live stage specifically, because I didn't think you noticed this as much in the music video, in the dance, they actually don't go beyond a certain point in the dance, like on the stage, until the very end, and then they like walk forward and end it. And I thought that was really cool and a great way to end. So when I get like a full stage, I'll confirm, but I was like, but yeah, I talked for so long, Anna, I'm sorry, your turn.
Before I officially start all of my comments, I needed to start out with, I'm so happy that I really liked this, because I messaged Peyton after I had first watched the teaser for the music video, and I was like, Peyton, I'm so sad. I didn't like the teaser. From what I heard of the song in the teaser, I was a little disappointed because I feel like while I wouldn't say that Very has found a distinct sound for their group, like a Very sound yet, I would definitely say that they've developed this pattern of their songs sounding different from what's currently mainstream and like super popular, which I really like because there's always something really interesting musically for me to focus on in Very songs. But the song that came out in their teaser was just like dubstep, EDM, really hard, and like they were wearing the more intense, mature like harness outfits, and I was like, they're just being the same as everyone else now. But after this, I was like, oh, I liked it so much. Like, I did not need to worry because what I was worried about didn't happen. So, to make a comment that ties into what you were saying, you talked about the gunshot sounds. Yes, it's a triplet rap, but also it's like a faster triplet rap than you would usually hear. It was like such a strong effect because everything tried to get together. And also you get that effect more because during the rap section, throughout the whole thing, there's so many different gunshot sounds that happen. But then also, like, when we were reacting, I had a few questions where I was like, oh, is this actually in the song or is it just for the music video? I listened to the song separately without the music video, and there were things that were just for the music video. So like one thing, the long silence that you were talking about isn't in the actual song. In the music video, they have moments like in the beginning where it sounds really muffled and then it goes into the full song and then it sounds muffled again. They didn't have that in the actual song. It was only for the music video. I can understand why for like just listening in a song why you might not have that, because it might be a little too extra, but I really liked it in the music video because we were saying that it has that effect of like closed off, opening, closed off by a barrier, opening and pushing through the barrier. So it was really cool. But just to talk about other moments in the song that I really liked, so the pre-chorus is like an R&B breakdown, which I love because usually in like more intense songs like this, the R&B breakdown would be like the bridge, but they had it so early on in the song. It wasn't like bonne, you know, because like yeah, it does have like dubstep, EDM, like intense elements, but like keeps you entertained more because it like goes a lot of different ways. But then because the pre-chorus was like the R&B section, that meant that the bridge, where that would normally happen, had a whole different sort of effect, because instead the bridge was like more delicate, that kanjaram, you know? So it was great because it had the opportunity to like go on a whole other branch and like evoke a different sort of emotion. But the bridge, especially like the chord progression, is so interesting, especially the second half of the bridge, because there's a part in it where I was like, what was that? And like usually the chords had been changing like 1 2 1 2, but then there's that one line when Yeonho is singing in the second half of the bridge. For that specific line, the chords start switching on every single beat, so you know that like, oh, this is an important part. So the progression is like different and interesting. It's changing for every single beat, and then also to highlight that moment even more, Kyehyun comes in and is harmonizing as well. And also in the music video, in the dance, everyone else is like still and like on the different levels, and then they're just two standing and like doing a duet moment together. So it was great. Last thing was that the dance break music is so cool. It has all these different percussive sounds, yes, but it's not overwhelming because it also uses a lot of silence. Like there's that whole moment where it's like silent except for the beat coming in, and it's counting in triplets instead of just like on every single beat, which makes it more interesting. But then the dance break ends abruptly after all these like loud sounds that have been attacking you with just, and that's it. I also talked for a lot. In case you couldn't tell, we liked it a lot.
What else I liked though? It wasn't just Minchan's hair. Yeonho eyeliner.
Oh.
It looked so good.
Do you know what I noticed? Do you know what I like especially noticed for the first time ever?
What?
When Yongsung was in the center.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot of center parts. And he really like, he ate them up.
So, Peyton, TLDR.
TLDR is Very is back, and we are both very, very happy with the comeback. If you can't tell, we liked it very, very much. Okay, I'll stop now. But in seriousness, we were both super impressed by the maturity that they all showed in their dancing. The song itself has us both wowed. The music video was amazing, and we could honestly talk about it for a very, very long time. Oh, that one was accidental. But we could not fit everything we wanted to say into this video. So if you all want to hear more, just let us know. We have like we each have a page of notes typed out about the song and the dance. Research paper. Like, we loved it very, very much.
But that being said, if you enjoyed this video and our reaction, are super hyped for Very Very's comeback, and are just mind blown, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, ding, and